Not a small feat.
Why don't we introduce the actor playing Mickey Mouse? Oh my God.
Definitely be jumping the shark right about that. Not that that was a bad episode of Happy Days. I kind of liked it. It was like,
Look at the bell out there in the audience. Is that a bell I see? Holy cow.
Thank you for tweeting me eating my French toast this morning at the Metro Cafe. I was in the blue dress.
Yes! I tweeted a picture in the... So you came with both bell outfits so you could change them into... Oh my God. You're fantastic.
Oh my God, that's right over here. I wanted to say, first of all, thank you very, very much for coming. And we fans are really appreciative of you taking the time to answer our questions. And my big question probably doesn't surprise you. How early on did you guys decide that Rumpelstiltskin would be the Beast? And for that matter, how far out are these storylines sort of generally planned or written out? How far ahead do you guys think?
We think, well, it depends at what level of specificity. At the beginning of the season, we sort of do very broad strokes of, okay, this is where we're going this year. Then, you know, before each clump of maybe 6 episodes, we sort of do it again with a little finer granularity of, okay, so then this will happen, and this will happen, and this will happen. You get a little more refined. But an actual decision like that could be something that's figured out in advance. In fact, it wasn't. The Rumpel is the Beast was figured out as we were going, like, okay, we're going to do Beauty and the Beast. Oh, hey. Like, we were all, if I'm remembering it correctly, we were already planning a Beauty and the Beast and then realized, wait, we have a Beast right here. Let's do this. So it just totally depends. And you can't tell in retrospect. You can't look backwards and go, oh, I bet that was something figured out earlier, or I bet that was something added late. There's just so many moving parts that all of that stuff gets smoothed over.
Next question.
Hi. I love the fact that you have real actors that are dedicated to their craft. And Jane, I'm just so glad you're here. First of all, I want you to stand up and show us that knockoff, that dress that is absolutely gorgeous.
I don't know if this is really popular to Amanda, if it's just one very nice lady.
Okay. I don't understand why when people are talking about on the entertainment shows the costumes about this movie, you know, in the genre of the olden times. Honest, the mayor as the queen has the most gorgeous, gorgeous costumes.
Yeah.
It's just so gorgeous. And I just want to tell you that it is replacing Desperate Housewives because it's got 3 strong women.
That's right. That's right. There are very few shows like that where the top of the call sheet has so many women, and it really comes out of the history of fairy tales. Think of what's a well-developed male fairy tale character. There are very, very few, and we are lucky to have these 3 fine gentlemen because we've got a lot of girls, and they're, I love it.
it's a tough business. It's a tough business.
Those girls are knockouts, though.
Yeah, but they're tough guys, man. You ever seen like them wield a sword? They're all badasses, you know?
Writing strong women who are driving story is a wonderful luxury, and there's a very rare thing that happens in any sort of scripted entertainment, which is 2 women in a scene without men in it, and they're talking about something other than men. It happens very rarely. It's called the Bechdel test, and our show passes it all over the place. We had a scene recently that you guys haven't seen yet, in which 2 of Prince Charming and another male character have a scene where and we realized, like, how rarely do we see that? We almost never see 2 of our guys sitting down talking to each other. It's like a reverse Bechdel. It's crazy.
It's crazy. It's, as we say, cray-cray.
Another question?
Hi. This question is for Raphael.
Yeah.
After being cast as Karth Onassi and Kate Nalenko, were you concerned that you would spend the rest of your career typecast as the sexy hunk?
Oh, thank you for that question. I have to tweet that, excuse me. I've done, for those of you who don't know, I do these video games, Mass Effect and Knights of the Old Republic. I've loved doing them. They have a small audience, and they are a great pleasure. It's sort of weird in that I got cast as Jiminy Cricket, and obviously part of the role is voice acting, and they didn't necessarily, they knew nothing of that. It's just sort of a weird coincidence. I play Mass Effect, or have played Mass Effect a little bit, and it's very odd to be interacting with myself as Karth, or in this case, as Caden. It's an odd thing, but it's a great joy being a part of that community.
And I just had to ask Tony, were you blown away by that scene with the whale, the Pinocchio? That was just a huge visual effects scene.
Yeah, it was, it was sort of interesting. I was up in Vancouver doing a new series called Continuum. Thank you. And wouldn't you know it, I'm in the midst of that, and that's when they write, the Geppetto storyline, the Geppetto Pinocchio story. So I'm thinking, oh, God, this has to happen, and I read the script, and I have to admit, again, I'm so glad you guys shared. I wept when I read it was saps, and I couldn't believe it. And but here's the thing. I thought, okay, are you weeping because it's just a good role? So I read it like 3 days later, and I wept again. So it's just, and it's when you're in a hotel room in Vancouver, I'm thinking, okay, I got to get my wife up here quickly. But it was terrific because they worked it out, and it was a great workout in that we were on a beach. And then we were in this tank, and the tank work was amazing. And I arrive, and they say, okay, we're not going to put the little boy in with you. So I'm thinking, okay, so they give him a microphone and put him up. And they gave me a workout that day, and I loved it. I have to say, I just loved being in. They had 3 humongous fans and wave machines, and there's and you're just going up and down, and you're getting hit with some of these waves, and let me tell you, so you're trying to figure out a way of how not to get it right in the face, but you're up there, and I was great the whole day. The first kept trying to ask me if I needed to get off. No, but I went home that night and tried to get on my computer, and all of a sudden, for the rest of the night, everything was moving. And I have to say that scene with Moscow it was nominated for an Emmy in visual effects, so that's a testament to the show.
And also, just because you mentioned the costumes have also been nominated for an Emmy as well.
Yeah, and the makeup for Dreamy. So, Dwarf knows this too. Don't leave us out. But it's great too, because that's another thing. Is like, we shoot in Vancouver. We call it Hollywood North, and a lot of credit for the success of the show goes to the real people that work as the crew. Okay, so I'm very happy that we were nominated in the technical department, and recognizing obviously they should have nominated the writers, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
they'll get to us
eventually, But the true heroes of what we do are the guys day in and day out that toe the line in the rain, in the schmutz. That is Vancouver. It's beautiful, but it gets wet up there.
It rains a lot.
Yeah.
We sit in a comfy writer's room in Burbank, and at lunch we watch dailies and go, oh, they look so cold.
Yeah.
So wet and shivering.
It's looking like a Michelin man. It's like 50 layers under there.
New question here.
2 forwards to my question. 1, thank you. Thank you all, Jane, Lee, Raphael, Tony, the entire cast and crew, for breathing new life into old fairy tales that gave us hope and dreams. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sure.
Second, Lee, for a character called Grumpy, you are awfully cheerful.
Yeah, it's only name only, right? But it's interesting because the fact that the dude was born a dreamer. I like to say, look, there was a happy accident. He got touched by this fairy dust.
But even when he loses his true love and kind of does the right thing and lets her go be a fairy godmother and he goes off to the mines, he's still a bit dreamy.
My question
Because you can't wipe that fairy dust off, yeah?
My question actually touches on that.
Okay, go for it. Sorry.
My fiance and I are in an unlikely love story, and we were told we were doomed to fail. So if you were given the chance to, the truth has come out, the magic is revealed, we all know what's going on now, and so do the characters. If Grumpy was given a chance to write his love story, how would you write the finishing story for Grumpy and the Fairy?
Dude, they're hitting the boat, man. They're gonna hit. It's a funny thing. It's like that dating thing in Storybrooke. It'll be me and Nova and our 8 kids, and they'll be, Doc and Sleepy. We'll all be there. It's gonna be an interesting relationship. I hope Amy's up for it.
Well, the interesting thing too, I bet the 3 of us would probably agree that the last things that we'd want to see written after our character story is, and they lived happily ever after. We do not want to hear that, because then the story is over, So we actually enjoy the complications.
I think the happy ending for this show is syndication. So let's get there.
The next question. Oh, over there.
Whether it be romance, tragedy, or triumph, or anything, what was your favorite part of the first season and why?
Favorite what?
Best scene, in your opinion, whether it be romance, tragedy, triumph.
Like which one of those they want to play for next year?
No. Whether or not your favorite part was romance, tragedy, or triumph, part of the story. What was your favorite part of the story, first season?
Jim, why don't you take it?
Romance. I got to write Skin Deep, and that was my favorite.
No, specifically character-wise, like the apple eating of the I forget the kid's name. I'm sorry. But whether
I actually literally can't hear the words. Can you hold it loud?
romance, tragedy, or triumph from the story. As
Hold
in,
the microphone straight in front of your face.
All right.
You're saying romance, tragedy, or triumph. Which
for
part?
any category, the story-wise, what was your favorite part and why?
I think my answer was good. Romance.
Yeah, I'm gonna go romance too, man.
No, characters. As in, kid eating the apple, she kissing him, and he's waking up.
Oh, our favorite scene?
Scene, yeah. That's what
You know one of my favorite scenes is actually in that Mad Hatter episode. I love this thing. Sebastian gives this impassioned speech about how he's tortured, blah, blah, blah. And then Emma Swan just goes like, she clocks him. And whenever she's like, oh, what did she say? Like, oh, really? She just wanted her Emma Swan thing. And I was like, because that's the thing about the show, is that it's reverently irreverent. You see? You get to a point where you expect us to go right, and we fake right and clock you with the left. and I think that's what I love about it, and it makes it a sexy show.
Yeah.
Because these characters seem real because they take twists and turns that you don't expect.
I think my favorite moment, not really a scene, but a moment when Snow and Charming see each other in the finale and recognize each other. Holy cow.
Yeah, well, those two have no chemistry, so I don't know how they pulled that off.
I love I love the opening moments of the pilot, where the big date, where you think it's going to go one way, and you have it's sort of a Prince Charming is there with her, and she ends up being, she's put the boot on his car. Do you remember way back when? And she sort of chases him down. I just love that.
Slams his head into the steering wheel.
Yeah, sort of your typical date, I think it's sort of, it was terrific. But, I have to say, I loved Lee's birth. Again, was a great moment coming out of that egg. And, I loved Raphael telling off Lana, finally just standing up. I love that. And there's so many moments. And I have to say, you guys know